because you eat, sleep, dream about, constantly think about, you talk about nothing but CDL, CDL, CDL. That's number one. Uh, this industry is relatively easy to get into, even if you have felonies. I don't know too many jobs in 2018 nowadays that you don't need a high school diploma or a GED. Some places may check. CR England, I know for a fact they didn't. You don't need a high school diploma or a GED. You don't need college credit. You don't need a college degree. So the barrier or the level of entry to get into the truck driving industry is fairly easy. All you got to do is take and pass those tests. Especially, it should be easier with today's technological era, which you could download the CDL prep app. You could get some flashcards if you old school with it. All I'm saying is that there's are ways to pass that test, even if you feel like, okay, I'm not a good reader, I'm not this, I'm not that. Fuck that, bruh. Or sis, there's too much information out there nowadays that can help you pass. There's too many resources that can help you pass those three simple tests. Um, and for you to get your Class A CDL permit. There's too many resources out there. You don't have to pass it your first time. I know damn sure well I didn't. I think I passed what I passed first. I passed air brakes and combinations first, and then I did the general knowledge. But long story short, get yourself a Class A CDL book, and you study your ass off until you can pass that shit. That's number one. A lot of jobs nowadays, the trucking industry, the level or the entry level for barrier or whatever the case is. I'm sorry, it's late. I'm rambling. My words is a little crazy, but that's cool. So to get into the actual industry is not that difficult. All you gotta do is take and pass those tests. That's number one. Number two, I don't know a lot of jobs nowadays that actually pay you on a weekly basis consistently, bro. Like a lot of the times you may have a job or whatever the case may be, and the pay is bi-weekly, so you get about, what is it, bi-weekly is 4 weeks in a month. That's two checks. I'm saying you paid every other Thursday or Friday or Wednesday or whatever day it is, you know what I'm saying? Trucking, no matter where you go, unless I think you're like an owner operator or whatever the case may, not owner operator, but I think if you're, I don't worry about this, I'm rambling. But oh shit, sorry about that. No matter where you go, the pay is going to be on a weekly basis. So on top of you not having to have a high school diploma, college credit, or a degree, on top of you not having that, you can also be paid weekly. I don't know too many jobs nowadays in 2018 that you can get a job where you can make 40 to 50,000 your first year without a college degree or a diploma. If they're out there, share them in your comments. Let me know. I probably won't look for them shits, but you understand what I'm saying. So the entry, the entry, the blah, 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 blah. Good God, the level of entry is not that difficult, and you're paid on a weekly basis, and you can make some pretty good money your first year. To all my people out there who are in situations, you may have a child or two, you may have 3 children or 4 children or whatever the case may be. Maybe this career choice may not be for you, and if it is, then try it. Fuck it, shoot your shot. To the people out there who's in a tremendous amount of debt, you can get into it, and you can use the finances or whatever the case may be, your first, second, third year, to actually get you out of debt, and you plan and you strategize and you move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big proponent on planning and strategizing and thinking ahead and making sure that, okay, you try to make your transition as smooth as possible. Understand that when you get into truck driving, though, that you shouldn't come in with a consumer mindset if you've already been a consumer, which means you don't want to come into truck driving and you do not want to think about, okay, I'm getting, let's just say after your first year, you're making anywhere between 1,500 and 2,500 a week after taxes. Know what I'm saying? And you like, oh shit, man, I'm the man and shit. I mean, or I'm the woman and shit. And you have this mindset where it's like, all right, I'm gonna truck job for a little bit, and I'm saying I'm gonna go get a Benz. I'm gonna put this down for a down payment. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna travel here. Hold on. Wait a minute, motherfucker. You need to slow your roll, and you need to put that money aside in the savings, or you need to use that money and actually get yourself out of debt, or you need to use that money and put yourself in a position where you need to actually level up. You see what I'm saying? You need to think about making power moves with that money. It's not just get the money and you buy things and like the money gone. Like, nah, homie, sit on that shit for a second. And I mean, have like a business mindset. Like, all right, like, look, I'm gonna save up for X amount of time, and I'm gonna go get my own truck or whatever the case may be, and yada yada yada. So that's number two. So, number one, the entry level is not a lot. Number two, the pay. Number three, African American men and women and Latinos, we are a lot more targeted in the United States of America than any other group, in my humble opinion. And it's not just my humble opinion, shit is fucking facts. Turn on the fucking TV, turn on the news, and just see how, like, just how we're portrayed in the media, how we're looked at by other races, and just see, like, I'm sure you guys, I can name a variety of examples just about how we're dogged in this country, bruh. But we have to be smart, and we have to use our brains, and we have to actually come up with ways and ideas to actually just elevate ourselves personally, and then we can think about how we can elevate ourselves as a race. Man. So to the homie in the projects right now, or who lives like close to the projects, or and you don't want to take that traditional route of going to college, acquiring debt, and you don't want to be like a teacher or like an engineer or like a nurse or a doctor, or you don't want to do no fucking computer science or on the programming. Consider truck driving, bruh. And if you don't want to do truck driving for a while or for too long, then consider truck driving to gain some capital, and then you use the capital to kick in other doors that you so badly you want to be in, but you don't have like the finances. I'm saying, once again, you got to think ahead, you got to plan, you got to strategize, and you got to come up with a solid plan to execute your moves. You feel me? So, man, what else? I really just don't know of many industries nowadays in 2018 where the level for entry isn't as difficult. You can make pretty decent money after your first year. Um, you can get out of debt if you are in debt, and just watch the country, bro. Just really look at how society is moving, and ask yourself, do you want to be another victim of what I call, or what is called, a generational curse, or do you want to say like, okay, look, I'm 23, I'm 25, I'm 26, 27, I'm 29, or whatever the case may be. I got one child or two or three, you know what I'm saying? But this video is just to give you guys a little bit of encouragement, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of just, I don't know, you gotta wake the fuck up, bruh. Like, you really gotta wake up. If you sitting at home and you watching this shit and you just smoking weed, or just you keep smoking weed, like, understand this. Like, you can't get into this shit and you want to be high 24/7. That shit not gonna work, bro, because they gonna test your ass for urine, and they might test your ass for hair. So you can't be high. You gotta come into this thing sharp. You can use the capital in which you make to knock and kick in other doors. You don't have to be a truck driver for long, but use it for a little bit. And I'm saying, get out on the road for a little bit and see, and see the West Coast, see the East Coast, see the North, see the South. And I'm saying, go to different places, or if you want to use truck driving, then you want to get into real estate like I want to do. I'm saying you can use some of the capital. Say, all right, look, I'm gonna save up 10 to 20 racks, and then after I do that, I'm gonna put down 10 to 20 bands on a motherfucking a duplex, a triplex, or a quadplex, or whatever the case is, and then you actually start having like you run it out. You have your tenants pay you. That's what we call passive or residual income, money coming in to you that you really don't have to do much. So you're getting paid while you truck driving. You feel me? But yeah, man, with this motherfucker Donald Trump in office, man, just look at the world and how it's going, and just understand that our options are limited as a people, and we have to do whatever it is that we have to do to level up, to break the generational curse. We have to do whatever it is that we have to do to actually put ourselves in a decent position to acquire wealth, to take care of our loved ones, to take care of our families, to do what we need to do. You have to look around your circle. If you don't like the environment, change it. If you don't like your friends and they're toxic, change them. If you might have certain family members who are toxic as well, and you can't change that, but you don't have to put yourself around negative energy 24/7. You have to have these positive thoughts. You have to have positive feelings, a positive mind. Surround yourself with positive people and positivity, and this shit can get done. I remember I was watching YouTube the same way you watching me. I was watching everybody. I was watching Trucker Brown. I was watching Lil Sean, yada yada yada. I was watching Chasing Andrew Jackson, KB the Trucker. I was watching all these dudes, bro. And now I'm fucking truck driving. But long story short though, man, I don't want to make this video too long. Just know that we can be in a position where we can elevate ourselves, and we can just change our financial status if we focus, if we plan ahead, if we actually take the necessary steps. We need to be the best version of ourselves. And we need to level up as a fucking people, bruh and sis. I don't mean to curse so much, but we need to level up, because shit is getting real in this country. Shit has always been real in this country, but with this motherfucker in office, bruh, shit is getting even more real. So we have to work on being the best version of ourselves. We need to make sure our minds are sharp. We need to make sure that, that we just stay on point, So yeah, if you're 21 and or 23 or 24 or 25 or whatever the case, whatever your specific situation may be, and you don't want to take the traditional route, you don't want to go into college to acquire a whole bunch of debt, to sit behind a desk to crunch numbers, or you just like me, you don't want to go to school for 4, 5, 6, 7 years to be a nurse, to cure motherfuckers who's like just bleeding out, like their guts are weird. Ugh, God. But shout out to nurses. We need more nurses. Shout out to teachers. We need more teachers. Shout out to engineers. We need more engineers. Is know yourself. If it's not, and just know whether that shit is for you or it's not for you. You dig? So once again, the level of entry is not difficult. You need a Class A CDL permit. The only way you get that is by passing them tests. And you need to put the weed down. Stop being so motherfucking high all the time, because they're going to test you for urine and hair depending on where you go. I understand that we just need to level up. We need to be a better version of ourselves. And then we need to come together as a community and put our resources. And, we just need to level up, man, because shit is getting real out here. Shit always been real out here, but it's just getting more real out here. So subscribe.